Streaming on clickorlando.com and broadcasting live, you're watching News 6 at noon.
Now at noon, a Central Florida law firm stepping up to the plate, giving out turkeys to those in need. First, though, travelers on the move heading to their Thanksgiving destination. We talked to people at Orlando International Airport to see how operations are running so far. Candace.
And right now we are dealing with some airport delays across the country, primarily over in Chicago, as we are watching a big-time cold front that will be bringing us a nice cool down. We'll have your full forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
And Candace, Thanksgiving travel is about to be in full swing. In fact, AAA is predicting almost 82 million Americans will either drive or fly this year as airports resume regular operations after the longest government shutdown in U.S. history. News 6's Stephanie Rodriguez spent the morning at MCO with travelers hoping for a smooth trip.
Holiday travel is upon us, and Thanksgiving is one of the most popular holidays that people travel for, and 2025 is no exception. In fact, more people are set to travel this year than ever before, breaking a new record. About 6 million people are expected to fly in and out of airports across the nation between now and Monday. Daniel Liberti travels every Thanksgiving and is strategic about avoiding the crowds.
Usually I always try to leave a day early because that's the trick. Don't leave Wednesday, leave Tuesday.
While many are flying out, even more are flying in. Florida is the most popular domestic destination because of our weather, theme parks, and cruise ports. So we can expect busy days ahead at MCO.
We actually came in yesterday, so it made it a little bit easier to get as part of the travel plans this morning by coming in yesterday.
Kathy Albury is headed to Delaware for Turkey Day and tells me she hasn't flown during the holidays in 20 years.
Just praying for the best.
She got to the airport early and used MCO's reserve option to get through security as quickly as possible.
I did find out about the MCO you can book online, and so if you don't have the TSA, and so I did that. So I have an appointment and I can just go straight through.
While Thanksgiving travel is expected to break records this year, AAA does suggest that people who bought their plane tickets might decide to change their plans and choose different modes of transportations if they're worried about possible flight disruptions. Reporting at Orlando International Airport, Stephanie Rodriguez, News 6.
All right, another live look at Orlando International Airport there. This one from our Light Orlando camera. Of course, the weather is top of mind for those of us traveling somewhere around the United States. Let's bring in Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos. All right, so we do have some fronts that we're watching, Candace, that could make it a little dicey depending on where you're going.
Well, the first one is the Pacific Northwest. That is just going to be bringing some light rain. Really shouldn't be impacting travels too much. The one that we are watching is the same system that is going to be bringing us a little more rain late tomorrow into early Thanksgiving morning, but also will be the culprit for the nice cooler changes. So kind of widening out the view, you can see here in the satellite and radar composite. Here's that front. Earlier today was sparking up severe thunderstorm warnings, a few tornado warnings as well. So this main front's going to continue to push out towards the eastern seaboard. So if your travels within the next couple of hours take you up to the northeast, just do be aware there could be a little bit of turbulence on your flight as well. But then there's that secondary, that reinforcing shot. Notice that's where the cool air currently resides, and that's what will be sweeping through the area by Thanksgiving morning. Now, temperatures locally here, it's not too bad. Upper 70s to low 80s as highs continue to warm up to about 82, 83 degrees. But then we're going to warm up even further for your Wednesday. Wednesday will be the hottest day of the week for us. And then that cold front comes through again late Wednesday, early Thanksgiving morning. You can see temperatures will be struggling to hit those low 70s on Thanksgiving and even colder daytime highs by Black Friday. We're going to have your full forecast, including a chance for some of that rain in the mix coming up in just a couple minutes.
All right, thank you, Candace. Speaking of Thanksgiving, groups across Central Florida are stepping up to make sure every family has a happy Thanksgiving. Just yesterday, Orlando City Soccer hosted their 10th annual turkey giveaway, and today, the Pendas Law Firm held its 17th annual turkey giveaway. News 6 photojournalist Charles Holmes was at the event in Orlando this morning.
How does it make you feel when you see those smiles on their faces?
It humbles me. It humbles me, and I'll tell you why, because many of these people share their hardships year after year. It's unbelievable what some of these folks have gone through, and especially this year in particular with the government shutdown and the SNAP benefits.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Really just to help them, and I understand this is not a permanent solution. We hold it every year, and you see a lot of the same folks coming through and receiving the turkeys.
I've been coming here for 17 years. I'm so thankful. I am grateful.
Very excited. And I appreciate everything that he has been doing for the community.
But it's our way of making their lives just that much easier this week. They don't have to worry about obtaining a turkey and celebrating Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you guys.
Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving.
We should be appreciated that PEMDAS has always thought about the poor and the needy.
So I thought, well, let me see if I could just find 1,000 turkeys and give 1,000 turkeys to 1,000 needy families. So I thought, maybe I can do it, maybe I can't, I don't know. But the need was overwhelming.
I don't have to worry about going all over the place. I know definitely I'm going to get it here. And the oven, the old-fashioned way.
How are you going to cook your turkey?
I'm going to bake it.
You going to put the stuffing inside?
Yeah. Yes.
My wife knows the spot.
Fried or
I don't know how to cook.
How are you going to cook your turkey?
I want to smoke it.
Oven.
I'm gonna decorate it, put some good spices on it.
How you going to cook your turkey?
In the oven. Bake.
Wait, what you going to do?
I'm going to tie a rope around his leg so he don't go nowhere. Then I'm going to put him in the oven.
How do you cook your turkey?
You know what? That's my wife's, she's the boss at home, so she knows how to do that. I don't know how to do that. That's the beauty of just being able to hold this event. She takes care of the turkey on Thursday.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Charles. Charles Holm, a great story right there. Well, in Flagler County, officials are looking for the person who allegedly tried to abduct a child. The Flagler County Sheriff's Office says that deputies responded to a home on Fort Caroline Lane in Palm Coast Sunday. They say a parent told them their daughter was roller skating on the street when a man pulled up next to her in a black car. That's when the girl stepped on his foot and then drove off. So far, deputies have not found the matching vehicle. They also haven't confirmed any possible suspects. The incident remains under investigation. The U.S. Postal Inspection Service is asking for help to find a suspect accused of stealing mail. Take a good look at these pictures here. We're told this happened early last Friday morning around 12:15. Officials say the suspect stole mail at the Ventura Post Office on Curry Ford Road in Orange County. And you can see it from that flyer. There is now a reward of up to $100,000 for information leading to the arrest and conviction of this suspect. The two people who were killed in that horrific crash in Apopka Monday night have now been identified. Now, as we reported, the Florida Highway Patrol said a Ford Mustang was speeding on Rock Springs Road when a Ford E350 tried to turn left on Alexandria Place Drive. That's when it crashed into the side of the Mustang. The two people in the Mustang were taken to the hospital, and the E350 driver was not hurt, but the two passengers did die. The Orange County Medical Examiner and FHP confirming to us 81-year-old Jerry Earl and 94-year-old Ada Maldonado were the ones who were killed. The investigation is still ongoing. Ukraine has agreed to a peace deal brokered by the Trump administration to end the war with Russia. That's according to CBS News. But details are still being worked out, and there is no word yet from Russia. Natalie Brand has the latest from the White House.
A U.S. official tells CBS News Ukraine has agreed to a peace proposal with details to be worked out. Ukraine's national security advisor on social media said, "Our delegations have reached a common understanding regarding the key terms of the agreement discussed in Geneva." And he suggested the next steps could be a visit by Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to the United States to finalize the agreement.
Anything that involves ceding territory needs to be approved by the Ukrainian parliament. We know how they're going to vote. They're going to vote against it. So very, very difficult times for Mr. Zelensky to navigate right now because he's on political thin ice as it is.
It comes as sources tell CBS News that U.S. Army Secretary Dan Driscoll is in Abu Dhabi meeting with Russian officials to discuss the revised version of the White House's 28-point peace proposal following weekend negotiations with Ukraine.
The goal was to take is 28 points or 26 points, depending on which version as it continued to evolve, and try to narrow the ones that were open items.
One U.S. military official in Abu Dhabi says the Army Secretary is optimistic and said negotiations are moving quickly.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt posted this morning that there are a few delicate but not insurmountable details that must be sorted out. Last night, she expressed an urgency to get the deal done.
The president wants to see this deal come together as quickly as possible, and he trusts that his team is doing everything they can to get it over the finish line.
Overnight, the death toll in Ukraine continued to rise. A barrage of missile and drone strikes on Kyiv killed at least 6 people and wounded dozens more. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Some good news out of Clearwater. 4 boaters from Polk County were found safe after going missing during a fishing trip. Clearwater police say the 4 men left from the Seminole Street boat ramp around 9:30 yesterday morning. Family members told police they usually return by 4 p.m., but by 8:30 they still weren't back. The men were found this morning after the Coast Guard found their boat capsized about 26 miles offshore. Officials say they were brought back to shore and taken to the hospital.
The struggle is real. I know I'm not the only one who hates putting up Christmas lights, so this year we're going straight to the pros to find out how to do this the right way. I'm Eric Von Anken. We're getting results at home coming up.
It is a lot more fun to take them down. We leave you with a live look from our Mount Dora camera, very festive spot. You're watching News 6 at noon. We'll be right back.
Introducing the new $25 million Gold Rush Multiplier Scratch-Off from the Florida Lottery.
All right, Destiny, can you throw me up the lights? Whoa, whoa, whoa! I know I can't be the only one who struggles to get Christmas lights up every single year, so we're going to the pros get the lowdown on how to get the lights up, not break your neck, not break your back, and maybe not even break a sweat. That's Josh over there. Josh, I'm Eric Von Anken, the Handy Newsman. That is Destiny. Josh is a manager at We Hang Christmas Lights. How'd you come up with that name?
The owner about 6-7 years ago came up with it. He was sitting at his desk one day.
I'm betting like a light bulb went off in his head. It just came to him.
Just came to him.
So Josh, when it comes to putting lights on the house, it's all about the clips.
Yes, sir. This one's for your gutters, this one is for your shingles, and this one is for your drip edge if it's magnetic.
Okay, you actually have 3 different kinds depending on the situation.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Josh, you got the gutter clips.
You just take them and clip them in.
Come on, that easy. You don't need like double-sided stick-on tape?
No.
Man, I should have learned this a long time ago. And these clips, we should tell everybody, you can get at any home improvement store or even online. Right?
Yes, sir.
And here's another house hack for you. You see the bulb at the very top? Josh says make sure to put one right at the peak, because 1, it looks really good, but 2, then it makes sure the bulbs going down the sides are even. Okay, so we're gonna wrap this tree now, Josh. So is there a way to make this go easier, Josh?
Yes, by tying a knot at the bottom.
Putting a knot at the bottom. So that keeps it in place at the bottom, and then I'm guessing you tie a knot at the top.
Yes.
I never did that. The last key is power. How do you run it up the wall and get it to the roof?
Bury it underground and to the downspout.
And you're gonna try and tuck it behind the downspout.
Yes.
That's really smart. Josh, I'll get this one. Ah! My fingers! And your last house hack is to plug everything into a timer, so then everything turns on and off automatically. So you're probably saying to yourself right about now, well, this is great, but what do I do when I gotta take it all down? Well, we are coming back to this exact spot with Josh and his crew in January when they're taking it down, and we're gonna spy on them for their house hacks on how they wrap everything up and store it so it doesn't turn into one great big mess the next year. For now, we're getting results at home in Winter Park. Eric Von Anken with the crew, News 6.
That's always the trick. I always want to just yank them off and just throw them in the box, and I'm like, I'm done with this. I'm done.
And then you're kicking yourself the next year.
Exactly. Future Justin appreciates when you put them back nicely. All right, let's talk about the weather. Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos joins us now. We do have some changes to talk about, some festive weather trying to move into Central Florida.
Yeah, I was trying to do a little decorating just by switching out the wreaths in my front door, and I broke a sweat.
That's right.
It was too hot. All right, but we are going to be cooling down just in time for Thanksgiving. If you're one of those that maybe go and buy a refreshed Christmas tree, Black Friday and the weekend certainly will start feeling a little more festive. And it's all thanks to a big cool down that will arrive by early Thursday morning. But between now and then, it is going to be a toasty couple of days. Today, low 80s, tomorrow, mid 80s, could even be closing in on your record highs. And then as we head into Thanksgiving, that main cold front should come through by sundown on Wednesday, sunrise by Thursday. So most of the cloud cover, the low chance for rain that we could see will be coming through while most of us are asleep. And then by Thanksgiving, we could have a little bit of cloud cover kind of linger, and then the temperature staying on the cool side before that nice big drop, not only in your prices, but your temperatures as well for your Black Friday. Now, temperatures out the door right now, upper 70s along the coast, low 80s almost area-wide. But now let's check on that hour-by-hour forecast for your Tuesday.
Sponsored by Strata Air Conditioning and Heating. AC emergency, you ought to call Strata.
So for today, your forecast high, 80s from coast to coast, 81 along our coastline, up to about 84, 85 degrees the further inland you go. So not only is it warm, we're going to start feeling that humidity as well. That same humid air will also have the ability to produce a couple of those scattered showers in the forecast by about 6, 7 o'clock this evening. I do feel like this is a whole lot more rain than we're expecting. I'm going to keep the rain chance down to only about 10%. But again, don't be surprised if we get an isolated shower or two. That News 6 weather app will help you pinpoint if you do get caught under a shower, which, by the way, that News 6 weather app also is useful even outside of Central Florida. So if you are traveling this week, just do be aware that could also be helpful for you as well. Looking here at clouds and rain by about 10 o'clock on Wednesday, this is when the main front comes through. And as it clears, we will have the opportunity for a little more cloud cover to linger into the early morning hours of Thanksgiving. And then that real cold air arrives come Friday morning. So let's show you that Thanksgiving forecast. If you're one of those who needs to get out and maybe do a 5K before having your Thanksgiving dinner, the turkey trots and whatnot, 66 will be your temperature. Could have a few isolated showers, mostly cloudy skies. Then if you're watching the parade or watching some football, prepping dinner, throughout the morning and early afternoon, temperatures will be staying in those low 70s. That's about 10 to 15 degrees cooler than what we're going to experience on Wednesday. And then temperatures by Thanksgiving dinner will be dropping pretty quickly into those low 60s. Now, the coldest point of the week will be early Black Friday morning. I know there's not those big lines anymore in front of Best Buys, but if you are planning on heading out early to grab those doorbusters, we are going to be in the upper 30s, low 40s, basically northwest of I-4, nearing 50 to those mid 40s elsewhere. So really nice chill in the air. If you're hoping for some more festive, cooler air, that's going to settle in for Friday and Saturday, but it will be short-lived, unfortunately, as we will be rebounding right back into those low 80s just in time for the start of December.
Nice little cool down. All right, Candace, thank you. Well, the city of Orlando just celebrated 150 years, but there's another milestone that the city is marking. Coming up, how leaders are honoring a century-old tradition at Lake Eola Park. And coming up on News 6 at 6.
The actual magic happens with all of my staff. Setting up lights, wrapping trees, wrapping our lower landscaping, pulling out plants.
We're going to take a look at the work behind the city of Winter Park transforming into a winter wonderland. A gold-wrapped swan boat was unveiled this morning at Lake Eola Park. It's part of the Swantennial celebration, celebrating 100 years of Orlando's iconic swan boats. Those swan boats have become synonymous with Lake Eola and, of course, their real counterparts. The city says the boats symbolize the city's charm, innovation, and commitment to quality recreation for residents and visitors. Keep it here. We'll be right back.
All right, the next couple of days, there's a couple doozies there. We're nearing record highs on Wednesday. It does look like we're going to be dropping those temperatures pretty quick. The coldest day, though, of the week will be Friday, so bundle up.
Something to look forward to. All right, thank you, Candace. Thank you for joining us this noon. Our next newscast is at 4. As always, get updates on our big stories anytime at clickorlando.com. Have a great day. See you.